Hi guys, life should be on your terms. Whatever that means to you, that is what it should be. And today I want to go through brainwashing. Why you should brainwash yourself to success and how to do it. I'm sure you heard the expression that you are the average of your 5 closest friends. That might be true. And if you think about it, I would also guess that the people around you, they look the same, they dress the same, they behave the same, they talk about the same things. Maybe you go and shop in the same shops and so forth. And sometimes it's so funny just observing people. You can see 2 friends, same kind of jeans, same kind of shoes, same kind of shirts or whatever, same kind of haircut and so forth. It's actually quite interesting. You can see the same thing on couples. You look at older couples, retired, you look at them, it's like, how is this possible? A man and a woman, and they're actually starting to not only behave the same way, they're looking the same way, which is quite spectacular. Anyway, that was not the point. The point is, if you just think about your closest friends, I'm pretty sure that you are the average of your 5 closest friends in terms of how you spend your time, how you think, how much money you're making. And that's a big one, because most people say, I want to make more money, but how are you going to do that? If you only spend time with people who make $2,000 a month, you will be in this group, you talk about the same thing, you shop in the same shops, you have the same kind of mentality. What do you think would happen if you started spending time with people who's making 20K a month? Completely different thoughts and thought patterns, completely different ways of thinking and behaving and taking action, and we do become and change based on our environment. So the way we're brought up, impact. How much time you spend at work, 8-10 hours a day with the same people doing the same stuff, it has a big impact. So the thing with brainwashing yourself, because even if you're the average of the five closest friends, things have changed. It used to be your 5 closest friends, and they used to be proximity wise, physical presence. Now, when you have one of these, actually anyone can be a really, really close friend. You can have them there, or you can have them there. And what I suggest is you pick your 5 closest friends, or at least a few of them, and I would say your role models, the people you want to learn from, the people you want to become like. There's so much information available, and so much is for free. If you use your phone, you can listen to anyone in the world for hours and hours and hours. I'm sure you have time when you're commuting or walking or basically not doing anything, maybe even cleaning your home. Why not just plug in someone here, listen, learn. If you have the same people, your role models, the people you want to become like, the lifestyle you want to have, if you listen to these people, how they think, how they behave, how they express themselves, what they do, how they handle different situations and different scenarios, what do you think will happen? This is exactly what I did to prepare myself. Prior to resigning from a well-paid job, I knew my job, I would say, pretty well, high salary, a lot of holidays, pensions and so forth, but I was in a box. I wanted out. Normally, 2 ways, inspiration or desperation. In the end for me, it was more the desperation saying, I need to do something else. But I was so close with the people around me, and it was the same thing. And surprise, it wasn't really a surprise, because if I was looking backwards and saying, but if I do the same things that I have done, I'll get the same results. So for things to change, I had to change. To do that, mentally, I spent hours listening to people who had completely different views, completely different opinions, completely different ways of thinking and acting, because that made it so much easier for me to take a step out when I decided to do so, leaving my job and leaving that world sort of behind me. using the phone to brainwash yourself means you actually not brainwashing. You are deciding, training your mind to become the way you want it to become. And there is scientific proof that based on what you listen to, how you think, is literally changing your brain and the connections because of something called neuroplasticity. I'll go through that in another session, but your brain will change based on how you think. And that is awesome because when the brain changes based on how you think, it's meaning you are literally changing, maybe not on the outside, but on the inside. And if I'm changing myself on the inside, it's really a personality change. And if my personality changing, my personal reality, the way I'm living my life, will change too. Do the same, I get the same results. If I do start to train my brain the way I want it to work, I am changing myself. So my personality is changing, transforming, and that transformation will result in a transformation of my personal reality in terms of how I live, what I do, how I spend my time. And that is the power of the internet. Free and available to most. For sure in the Western world, you can be programmed by totally immersing yourself to anyone. You can listen to any person you want. If you want to listen to Richard Branson or Elon Musk or Tony Robbins or whoever it might be that you are looking up to, or Jeff Bezos for that matter, whoever it is, you can spend hours and hours and hours and hours. And those people can become your 5 average. You decide who they are. I still say, love your family, choose your friends, both in the physical world, but also in the online world. And this stuff, you can shut out some of the stuff from here, but the stuff that you plug in, let it ingrain you, let it change you to become the person you want to become. That is brainwashing in a positive way for a life on your terms. And you get to choose any person you want to listen to because there's such an abundance of information and availability at basically zero cost. So take advantage, decide where you want to go, and just learn, listen, repeat, learn and train yourself to become the person that you want to become.